morning, everybody.
Good morning, Mr. Commissioner, members. We are ready to proceed, Mr. Commissioner. My colleague, Mr. Aldrich, from the Johannesburg Bar, will introduce his team that's going to conduct the cross-examination of Mr. Raja.
Yes, Mr. Aldrich.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I confirm that I represent the three applicants, together with my learned friend, Ms. Claire Avedon, seated to my right. By the instruction.
Can you just do me a favor and spell your surname for me? Is it an O or A?
It is spelled O-L-D.
Yeah.
W-A.
W-A.
W-A-D-G-E.
D-G-E.
K-C.
K-C.
And Miss Avedon, A-V-I-D-O-N, appears with me.
Mr. Sorry?
Miss Avedon.
Avedon.
A-V-I-D-O-N, Chair. And we're instructing by the law firm Padiachi Attorneys. Mr. Padiachi is in attendance with us, seated to my left. Mr. Chair, we represent the three applicants, Akafrau, Watkins, and African Mobility Solutions, and I will deal with the aspect that it has undergone a name change from MST.
Yes, can I just place on record that an application was lodged to cross-examine two of the PIC witnesses who have already given evidence, Mr. Roy Raja and Ms. Matsikanda, Constance Matsikanda. An order has been granted for such cross-examination. That's just for the record.
As you please. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Might I then proceed?
Can I just get Mr. Raja to take the oath? Mr. Raja, you're very familiar with taking the oath. Do you swear that the evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Raise your right hand, so help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you very much. Yes. Will you switch on the mic?
Get closer to the mic here, please. Thank you.
Might we establish from you, sir, what was your position or your official designation with the PIC in June of 2015?
Through you, Commissioner, I think I could have been the senior fund principal or the executive head of developmental investments. I'm not quite sure. But the role was substantially the same.
If the role was substantially the same, can you tell us what were your duties and functions at that point in time? Bearing in mind, of course, that this was when the loan application had been received from MST. And for your benefit, I'm going to continuously refer to MST, the third applicant, albeit that we know that it's undergone a name change.
Through you, Commissioner, my role at the time was the overseeing of the developmental investments unit, which is now called impact investing. So my role is as as a manager of the division. So that would be my role. In terms of transactions, that would be oversight and guidance to the investment team.
Mr. Aldrich, are you able to, for our benefit, just indicate what areas of his evidence, or is it just general cross-examination, or are there certain areas that you're going to concentrate on?
Mr. Chair, I will deal with, at the outset, with the statement by Mr. Rajda, dated the 18th of March 2019. It's MST 7, Annex MST 7 to the application, whereafter I will deal with various aspects of his previous evidence before the Commission as it relates, in particular, to the loan application.
Mr. Commissioner, I'm sorry to interrupt, but there's a need to rearrange the deck chairs because my learned friend is not on TV. The TV wants him in my chair. I'll move up. Can we just have a 1-minute rearrangement of the seating?
Yeah, can that happen while we're sitting here?
Yes.
Yes. All right, you can go ahead.
I should raise an objection because I don't want to be on TV, Mr. Chair.
Ordinary, I'd say objection overruled.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner.
When you're ready, Mr. Aldrich.
Mr. Commissioner, I'm ready to proceed. Mr. Rajda, I understand that we have limited time, so I'm going to try and move on as fast as possible. If there is something that you're not clear on, which flows from the question that I posed, I invite you to raise that with me if you would. Thank you. I'm going to refer you to what is MST 7. Mr. Commissioner, it's to be found at page 116 of the applicant's bundle, paginated page 116. And I'm going to refer, Mr. Rajda, to that statement, which I understand was signed by you. Is that correct?
That's correct.
In relation to your knowledge of the facts and circumstances as they pertained to what I will refer to as the MST transaction. Is that correct?
That's correct.
In particular, sir, I'm going to invite your response, if you have any, to what is contained in the statement at paragraph 10. And at paragraph
Sorry,
10,
Mr. Aldrich, our papers have the, excuse me, the record, which is not the statement itself. So are you able to refer, for instance, to page 116, possibly line so-and-so? Have you got the record, or do you have the actual statement?
I have the actual statement, Mr. Commissioner. I think the reason for this difficulty is that there are two bundles. So there is the applicant's bundle, properly paginated and indexed, and then there is a supplementary bundle, which is comprised of the transcript of the proceedings, commencing at page 1 through to page 130. And, Mr. Commissioner, I'm making reference to a document contained at page 118 of the applicant's bundle. It's in fact MST7, Annexure MST7 to the application, if that assists.
We don't have annexures to the bundle. We've got the bundle that contain papers in the application for leave to cross-examine, and then pages of the record that is on the website. But I don't think it should really be a problem. You aren't able to refer rather to the supplementary bundle that you have, because it's probably the same as the papers that we have.
Regrettably, Mr. Commissioner, I'm not able to do so because that supplementary bundle of mine only contains the transcript. But we will make, if it meets with your approval, we will make another copy of my attorney's bundle available to you. Regrettably,
Which
we only
has the
have one
statements.
copy. That, Mr. Commissioner, that is the actual application for leave to cross-examine. Mr. Commissioner would have noted with respect that we compiled a voluminous bundle of the actual papers as well as supporting documentation in the form of annexures to the application. And that is the bundle that I'm actually referring to at present.
Well, the annexures we don't have.
I apologize. I was instructed that all of that was made available to Mr. Commissioner.
Mr. Commissioner, I will immediately find out. It was made available. It's two bundles, and it should be before the Commission, but I will immediately find out where it is.
Mr. Commissioner, I wish you to, with respect, follow, obviously, the cross-examination. Is it then appropriate for us to stand down for that purpose? Because I'm going to be referring to this document at length.
Mr. Libber, do you think it will take, what, 5-10 minutes?
A maximum 5 minutes, Mr. Commissioner.
Right, we'll adjourn for 5 minutes and come back.
As you please.
Thank you.